there she is, 2022 CRF250RX. We're gonna find out today if the motor's better on these, if it actually feels lighter, more flickable. Robbed another bank and got another bike, huh, Trevor?
That's right.
We've had the previous generation models, so we know a lot about these Hondas, 19s and 20s, how they run and ride. Been racing them, so we're going to give you a true opinion on if the new one is actually that much better or not. Well, I can tell you already from just loading it in and out of the truck, it is definitely lighter, smaller bike. Hopefully the motor and everything's got a more bottom end on them now. But they have changed a lot. Alright, dead engine start number 1 in neutral. Hondas are not the best starters. Alright, dead engine start number 2 in gear. Alright, it's after the ride. Trevor, is the number one question, is the new motor better than the last generation? Because, just quick backstory, we put a 270 kit in the one and a 300 kit in the other because the Honda motor was kind of lacking on the bottom end. It's pretty important in the woods riding. So how's the motor feel, dude?
The motor is like, it's not comparable at all to the 18 to 21. I mean, there's no comparison at all. It has instant bottom snap. I mean, you can be in third gear and just kind of like quarter throttle and get into it, and it's rolling. Like you were saying about the 270 300 kit we did, to me, this bike bone stock feels like the 270 with the full exhaust. Like, it's not comparable at all. They did a huge change, and it's sweet.
So needless to say, the motor is definitely better.
Yeah, 100%, no questions asked.
All right, now on paper they've got the last generation ready to ride at 244. They got this one at 238. How did it feel actually riding it?
Riding, it feels a little more like nimble to me. Even like, so this is just the stock tank on here. The stock tank on the previous bikes, like the 19 and stuff, they felt a little wider, but so maybe that's why it felt a little more nimble to me. But it did feel a little bit lighter out there. But like when you're not riding it, if you're just throwing it on the stand, it feels like 25 pounds lighter. It's actually crazy. Like, it feels just like KTM. But on the track, I mean, you can notice it, but I wouldn't say that you're just like, oh my God, you notice it when you're riding. But I mean, I did feel like it was a little easier to flick around and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's about what I'd say about the weight difference. It's pretty crazy.
Cool. All right, suspension still like previous models, still feel pretty good?
Suspension feels really good. As you'll see in this video, we rode more of a GP style, like turn track and stuff. So it wasn't, really like, roots and stuff like that. But it did, towards the end of the day, it had some really good braking bumps going and stuff, where you could actually kind of test the suspension out. And for what we did today, the suspension felt great out of the box. Like, I probably will ride this bike for at least probably 30 hours or maybe even more before I do it, till they at least need service, and then I'll make a little more, adjustments for my personal, weight and stuff like that. But out of the box, feels pretty dang good, I think.
Right. All right, so would you recommend this bike over the last generation? Is it that much better? Is it worth buying a used one? Where you stand?
I'm gonna say, if you got the money and it's not gonna break you, buy the new bike. If you're a little tighter on money, there's nothing wrong with the previous bikes at all. I loved mine, but if you're gonna buy a stock one, you're probably not gonna be very impressed with it. But if you found like a killer deal on a, you know, on a 19 that had like a 270 kit, or at least a full exhaust, you know, because it actually helped out a lot on those too. So I mean, it just this, if you got the money, spend it. It's worth it.
It's a better bike.
Yeah,
overall.
If you got the money, spend it.
And I mean, you already get handguards with it, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, I could go race this thing next weekend. I need to order a rear rotor guard, but I mean, and I need to put radiator braces on. But like, other than that, I mean, this thing's ready to race. I mean, it's straight out of the box. It's about ready to go.
All right, so after all the off-road bikes we've had in the last 3 or 4 years, I don't even know how many we've had. We've had every brand but Sherco.
Yeah.
Where would you rate the new Honda?
For me, I mean, I know I'm a little Honda biased.
Just a little.
I mean, I do have a hat on, and I have a few Hondas already. But for me, so far, what I've rode, I mean, I even rode a brand new Cowie like the week before last. So far, this is the bike for me. If I were gonna go buy a brand new bike like I did, I mean, I would buy this. I would recommend this to anybody. I mean, it's got the power, but like, I feel like from a beginner rider just starting out to a pro rider, like, it could benefit you in so many ways. Like, I feel like anyone could ride it, if that makes sense. Like, it's just got that comfortable Honda feel, you know, and it's just even better this year with it being lighter and the power. And in my opinion, it's my favorite so far. But I'm also not a two-stroke guy either. So some people be like, oh, well, you know, you can't be a 300 two-stroke. I'm just not a two-stroke guy. I'm sorry. I've always felt more comfortable on a four-stroke. So for me, right now, this is going to be the bike.
I'm with you, dude. I've rode them all, and as far as four-strokes go, it's got the light feel of the KTM, which I love. It's got good suspension feel. Yep. It's got it's like a stronger KTM feel, kind of like it's kind of like the Yamaha, but yet it's smoother and better feeling to me too. So
yeah, the power's great. They did a really good
job.
It
really is, man. And like you said, loading and unloading the bike, there is no comparison. That bike feels, I don't know how it's only 6 pounds difference, because it feels like 20, like at least. It feels way smaller. So
yeah, it really does. All in all, very pleased with it. Gonna do some more riding this weekend with it, and maybe even take it to a track Sunday.
Right, yeah, we'll definitely give like a follow-up review, you know, after we've done some races and really put it through its paces, and
have a little bit of, you know, comparison with how it is on a motocross track, how it is, you know, true, like actually in the woods, because like I said, we were on a GP track style track today. But I mean, so far I'm very pleased with it. Couldn't have been happier that I bought it. So
all right, stay tuned.